Hey everybody, we're doing another PlayStation series, the brother series to Crash at the time, Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, I've never actually played this. I
Where
have it
are
on
all
my
the
hard
other
drive.
Skylanders?
Shut up, you.
Ted, not now.
I've had this on my PS3's hard drive for ages, but I haven't played it. I've only ever played the demo on the old demo discs.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember demo discs?
I was just about to bring up that my first experience with Spyro was actually via a cheat code in Crash Bandicoot 3 that allowed you to play the first level of the game.
Oh, wait, yeah, the Spyro demo was
the
in
first
3.
Spyro game I played was actually I owned these, the two Game Boy Advance games, Season of Ice and Season of Flame, I think they were called, and they were isometric 3D. Ugh, ugh. Don't play those. But other than that, I have played Skylanders, which is decenter than you might think it would be, but I haven't actually gone back and played the original PlayStation games. Although I hear the first three are really the only ones worth anything.
Well, there were only 3, so...
Oh, well, no, there were more of them. Like
there was more than
I mean only 3 for the PlayStation 1.
Okay,
Much-
but the PlayStation games are the only ones worth a damn, is what I tend to hear.
Yeah,
Generally, yeah. It's
much
very much a
like,
brother series to Crash Bandicoot in that the first game is very basic. It's good, but it's basic, and 2 or 3 are generally considered the much better ones.
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Oh, not again.
Why is it the
Don't worry,
tiny dragon has to save all
this
the
voice
big
doesn't
ones?
stick around. In 2 and 3, he's voiced by Tom Kenny.
In this game, he's voiced by the name slipped my mind, but he was the voice of Rocco in Rocco's Modern Life.
Yep.
Thank you for releasing.
So from one Nick cartoon to another Nick cartoon.
Sounds like a pattern here.
Okay, so if we freed this obviously more capable-looking dragon, why can't he just do the rest of the game for us?
Because he's susceptible to the magic that encapsulated him in that crystal statue to begin with. You see, the only reason why we're able to control Spyro is because the magic missed him, because he's so small.
Wow.
Huh.
And apparently because the guy's aim is so shit that he can't try again.
So so are the dragons are Jiggy Star pieces?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Alright.
Although you really don't have to save them, you really just kind of need to beat the levels and do as much as you can.
What do you get for rescuing them? Other than these dialogue scenes.
Dialogue scenes, they create save points, and you get, and it's for 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like Power Stars, except not.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, the levels don't have checkpoints per se. You have to rescue a dragon in order to save your game.
In this one, anyway.
Oh, yeah. What I was getting into, my overall experience of Spyro is non-existent. I actually just bought the game on the PlayStation Network to get ready for this commentary. I'm not very far in, but yeah, I finally found a reason to stop and play the damn game.
2 and 3 are significantly better.
Yeah.
And my god, Spyro's jump is stilted in 1.
Is it
Yeah,
it
yeah,
like
it is.
how is it stiff? Like is it Castlevania stiff or what?
It's weird it's hard to explain. He just sort of... He feels light and heavy at the same time.
Nah, to me the biggest problem here is the arcade camera controls.
Well,
This is-
yeah,
this
that's
is
hard to
before
get
the
to.
times where the right analog stick was
Stick.
looked as a camera button.
You have to use R1 and L1.
Yeah, and yeah.
I think this game did it come out like when Crash
This came out
3,
90,
Crash 2?
90 no, this came out in like 96, 97, I think.
No,
Did
no,
that
no,
did
90,
the PlayStation have
90.
that analog stick controller by this point?
At this time, yes, it did. Because
Okay,
this game
good,
does
because
rescue-
I can't imagine playing a game like this without an analog stick on
But
it.
you can't assume everyone had
Yeah,
it. So.
this game does have analog control. I believe it came out in '98.
Yeah.
So we
Right.
had Crash Bandicoot 2 at this time.
No, Crash Bandicoot 2 didn't get analog control until later printings.
Yeah.
I assume if you go through the magical arc of magicness, you go to
Those
that
are
level.
levels.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
those
is
are-
our
yeah.
hub world then?
Yep.
Yes.
There are-
I have to say, for a PlayStation game, this doesn't look all that bad.
A few of the character models are kind of but
I mean,
generally
like,
the
you know,
series-
it looks about equal to some N64 games I've played, so, you know, considering that this is technically worse hardware, it's
Arguably.
relatively impressive.
Arguably, the PlayStation 1 and the N64 is kind of the weirdest tech comparison you can make.
Well, I know that the PlayStation 1 at the very least had more disk space. So
Disk space and audio video were PlayStation 1's advantages.
Yeah,
they
you
were
can
better
get more.
quality,
You can
but
get
the
more with
pl-
the CD-ROM than an N64 cartridge.
but
the
the
N64 was more powerful.
yeah, you could get more textures, better models and stuff like that. But like Spyro has a very detailed model here too.
Well, he's the character you're playing as he should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a part of it is because, it's cartoony, and cartoony stuff was pretty much the only shit that looked good back then.
Well, the only
3D
shit that
anyway.
actually aged better than, quote-unquote realistic games in the PS1.
But
Hi,
guys,
Final
I thought that
Fantasy
Cloud always had blocks for arms. Are you telling me that he's not just a massive pile of rectangles?
He's
Once-
strong to the finish because he eats spinach.
Once a Popeye, always a Popeye.
There's this flash parody for Final Fantasy VII where they go and where when they're in the scenes when they're in the when they're like outside or in their ship, the characters are drawn in Flash like they are on the models, and then when they're in like a 5-second battle scene, then they're actually drawn realistically. And I can't remember the name of the Flash cartoon at the beginning, but it's hilarious.
So you're cleaning out the hub world before you go into any of the levels?
Yep.
Is that what you're doing? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
This is pretty much what the game is: running around, searching for dragons and gems, and killing enemies.
Yeah, it's a very basic collectathon.
Yeah, again, in Spyro 2 and 3, you have missions within each world, so there's a bit more variety to do. This one's just kind of basic in that way.
Yeah, you're really just collecting gems. Pretty much this game's equivalent to crates.
Points or whatever.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm doing a quick Wikipedia search because I want to figure out when this came out in relation to other games. All right, Spyro the Dragon came out. The earliest release date was September 10th, 98 for North America. Okay.
It came out around the same time, I believe, Banjo-Kazooie did.
Yeah. Okay. Banjo-Kazooie beat it out by a couple of months, but they were obviously
As far as game development.
Ryan,
goes.
aim.
Yeah, as far as game development's concerned, they were both being made at around the same time. So,
It's not my fault Spyro doesn't have the hover in this game, which lets him just stop in midair.
Admittedly, getting to stop on a hover is a bit annoying because Spyro has one of those glides where the moment you press X again in the air to glide, he doesn't stop until you hit triangle.
Which he'll just drop like a rock. However, in 2 and 3, he gets a little hover where he'll move up,
Yeah.
can you do?
and you can readjust yourself.
Can you do the thing like you can do in the adventure games with Knuckles, where you can glide and then drop normally, and then go back into a glide again, or something like that?
No.
No.
Oh.
The moment you can't you can let go of the glide button the moment you begin gliding, and you'll still glide. You have to press triangle in order to stop yourself.
Oh.
Remember, this is still early 3D platforming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Sonic Adventure got it right there, that came out in '98. +1 to Knuckles?
Question
Plus
mark?
one.
Unlike Spyro, he doesn't chuckle.
Well, Spyro is fun. I remember enjoying the demo when I played it. I just never worked up the motivation to play through the actual game.
If you don't want to play 1, don't play 1, but 2 and 3 are significantly better.
Yeah,
You
but then
know-
I'd have to buy 2 and 3.
But 2 and 3 are significantally better.
You know
I
what?
don't own them yet.
I don't know why
They're like $10 on the PlayStation Network. Mind
Spyro
you,
1.
I
Spyro
am
1.
recording this game off my original PlayStation 1 disc.
Yeah. Spyro 1 is about $6. That's how much I spent. I didn't remember how much Spyro 2 or 3 cost. But yeah, you know what? Looking back, I have no idea why the hell I was so hesitant to play this series to begin with.
Well,
They're
in
not
general,
everyone's cup of tea, but
people seemed less enthusiastic about Spyro than they did about Crash for whatever reason.
well, Crash is easier to get into because it's basic, just level progression.
Yeah, but Banjo-Kazooie ended up being a massive hit, and this basically follows, from what I can tell, the same exact formula. You know, you go around in an open world and you find stuff, you know? And it seems to have the same, well, I can't really listen to the to the dialogue because commentary, but it seems to have like a similar amount of charm and put into its world and its enemies and its writing and stuff. So
Yeah. Insomniac Games later to go make the Ratchet and Clank series.
Yep.
So they're known for their writing of anything quirky, sense of humor. But this is when they first started, though.
Yep.
This was one of the first games they did, or at least the first worthwhile games they did.
This is one of the first games they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I will look it up on Wikipedia, just so I don't look like a damn fool.
Okay, I think I can sort of see what you mean by his jump being stilted, because you're like tiptoeing across those very simple platforms.
Yep.
Oh, and you got all of
Yeah.
the things. What happens when you get all the things?
Nothing yet.
Oh.
You get an extra bonus level at the end of the game if you 100%.
Okay. What's our health? Oh, wait, I remember.
The Dragonfly.
Yeah, I remember from the Game Boy games. It's the Dragonfly.
Yep. He also collects stuff for you, so you don't have to be spot on with your gem collecting, but if you're on your last hit and he's not there, gems are a pain to collect.
I hated that so much.
What exactly are you trying to accomplish there?
I'm trying to open the level here.
You step on all the stones. If you master 3D,
Yeah.
you gain a bonus level.
Is there like a specific first level, or is that?
No.
Oh. So it's non-linear.
Unlike Spyro 2 and 3, Spyro doesn't get new abilities as the game progresses.
So are there some levels that are easier or harder than others, or?
Well, yeah, there are different worlds, so the game does progressively get harder. But each level within the world is pretty much about the same difficulty.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So this is the hub world we were in is a world, and then this is like a level within.
Level.
Okay, I thought that was like our hub, and all of these levels that we were opening would be
Are the
like.
levels of the game.
I thought they'd be like I don't know, Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie sized areas.
No, there are separate worlds.
Okay. All right.
We are merely in World 1.
All
Yep.
right.
Okay, for this one, because I actually didn't complete this bonus world. I got
These are flying stages. There's one per world, and you basically just have to fly around and get all the things they want you to get.
Yeah, I know that. I was gonna say that I never actually got everything in this bonus.
Which makes me
level.
wonder why Spyro can't just fly on his own, but...
Isn't that a plot point or something? I thought that I remember in the Game Boy games they made a big deal about him not being able to fly or something like that.
They bring it up, but it's just one of those things where he occasionally can fly in levels for no particular reason.
Huh.
In 2 and 3, you can only get them when you get specific power-ups, so at least it's somewhat explained there. Because there are certain levels where you can fly around.
So
Alright.
you have to get everything in this bonus level for 100%.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not looking forward to that then.
But you can do it across multiple tries, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't-
you had-
if you run out of time, it's not like you lose a life or something. You can just try as many times as you need to.
Okay, well, part of me is wondering why they even have the time limit to begin with, but at the very least, you don't have to, try all that stuff over and over again. Because that would be obnoxious if you had to get everything in one run.
You gotta take a really specific route though, because the farthest I ever got.
Some are harder than others.
So the farthest I ever got was collecting all 8 barrels, breaking all 8 treasure chests, going through all 8 hoops, and I never even came close to getting to all those airplanes flying in the sky.
Well, there's a bit of logic to it, because if you see... You'll see things like cars or trains or whatever on a track, so it's obviously fastest to go against their movement.
Yeah.
So it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it is kind of trial and error.
Are there other flying levels that are harder than this?
Oh yeah, there's one per world.
Oh. Do they ever get particularly dickish about this sort of thing?
They get harder, but I wouldn't say dickish.
Okay.
In that, I mean, I was managed to 100% this when this came out in like '98, so I was like 8 or 9 years old. So it's not that hard.
Well, back then everything was easy as a kid when you have all the time in the world to beat them.
No, not everything.
No.
Not
Oh wait,
everything.
you have.
We grew-
Do I hear regrets?
We grew up
You're
with
talking
Super
to the
Nintendo
kid
and
who didn't.
Genesis.
You're talking to the kid who couldn't get past the DQ scrub section of Majora's Mask. Here, so okay, that's partly just me, or whatever.
What about you, Ryan?
We grew up with Lion King on Genesis.
I moved on past that.
I will never forgive that game.
So points are just give you treasure gems. Do you spend them
Right.
on anything or not in this?
They're basically just points.
Oh, in the other games you spend them on
In 2
stuff.
and 3, you spend them on things. Yeah.
A measly,
Particularly
I don't
money
know,
bags.
100 gems.
So they literally just exist so that you can see the number go up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can tell if you got all the gems in an area once you. And it's kind of annoying too because, unless I'm mistaken, when you reach the maximum amount of gems you can get in a level, the notification on the top left tells you that you reached the max. Like it says 100 out of 100.
Whatever.
But
Yeah.
it only does that though when you reach the cap.
Ah.
Or you can also pause and go into inventory and see how many are in the level.
Oh, okay. Then that's where I was mistaken.
Oh, so it's like Jak and Daxter 1.
And
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie.
It doesn't pop up on the screen unless you get them all, but you can just check to see how many are in there.
Okay.
Right.
I will keep that in mind.
I pressed the